All right. My mic is muted for a second. What is up, everybody? My name is Dyllan Mcclour, and I welcome back to another video of ShadowZone. I am your new co-host with the most from last time. Yes, I know I've said this before, but it's okay. Happy Sunday! I hope everyone is having a great Sunday. Um, we're doing something new. I feel like. I think anyway. I'm not quite sure about all the little details, but I'm pretty sure we're doing something new. And today is that to me or to someone else?
Listen here, Junior. The next time you
Yeah.
have a co host, you should open up your jaw flappers and introduce a person, would you?
Ah,
I am your
you're
co
right.
host. I am your co host, Brian James, the original ghost with the most.
This is true. This is
And
true.
welcome to another edition of the ShadowZone podcast. Like Dylan says, we have a banging show for you tonight. We have two separate special guests. But
Indeed.
before we get to those guests, brother, how you doing, man?
Man, as always, getting onto another podcast, I'm very nervous. I don't know why I'm always nervous, but did anything just happen with my mic? I feel like something just happened with my mic.
Nah, your mic's good, man. And it's good to be
All right.
nervous. Nevaeh Walker says, hi. Hey,
Hi.
Nevaeh. Good luck. Can't stay, but hello. Well,
All right.
hello,
Well,
Nevaeh.
see
And
you next
thanks for
time.
coming and checking us out. Yeah, come back when you can stay.
That's right.
Christopher Ken Keith, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Oh, good evening to you. He has represented the PD Ohio Division.
Put your hands up.
Whoop, whoop. That's right. PD, our brother team, man. Love them guys.
All right.
Paulie says 5x5 on the screen. And Donna says hello.
All right. So I just gotta say, Cam, one thing that I have a very hard time doing still, because since it's only my second podcast of being the host, is introducing people. So I always have a hard time trying to come up with
Oh,
things to say when it comes. Oh,
oh
oh,
what would you like me to introduce our guests?
no, 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 no. I think I got this one. Okay, this is why
Okay,
I'm trying to just explain this.
how about you introduce our first guest and I'll introduce
Okay,
our second guest?
I
Okay?
like that. All
All right,
right,
go ahead. The floor is yours.
all right. So uh the one thing that, like I said, was hard is introducing people, but I'm going to give it my best shot, and hopefully I say things right. I might stutter just a little bit. Bear with me, folks. I'm trying. So today we have a very important guest, I would say. He is from
Eh,
the oh, yes,
one thing. Tip your hat
okay,
up a little bit, man. Tip your hat up a little bit. Keep going.
just
Keep
like
going.
this.
Oh, keep going a little bit.
Yeah, I don't like showing my hairline, man. Come on.
Well, check it out. The fans like to see a fresh new face, brother. You gotta,
Okay, if you want to go
you,
like this, let me just take this thing off. One sec.
you gotta show that beautiful face of yours.
Oh yeah, is that how it is?
There
Well,
you go.
you put me in a situation. Now I got to show
Now,
my
in
beautiful blonde locks. How dare you? All right. So introducing the one and only boy from Paris. Okay, sorry, man. I guess we can call him a man, right? We can call him a man, right, Brian?
yeah, I reckon. I reckon.
All right. Let's call him a man. Let's just put on the little giggles, okay? Let's bring in the man, the one and only man from the PD. No, okay, I can't say the only man. All right, now here we go with the whole thing of being nervous. Let's just bring him on. The man from of the hour or the 2 hours. How long are we going? Whatever. The man of the hour. Let's introduce him. He is the one and only Robert Humphreys.
What is going on?
What is up, man?
What's up, Humphreys?
Same old. What's up, Mr.
Oh
James? How you
man.
doing tonight, brother?
Oh, it's going good. Hey, Dyllan, you
Yeah.
see, you made one small mistake, brother. One small mistake.
Of course I made a mistake. Tell me. I
Yeah,
need to know these mistakes. I gotta fix them.
well, see, we do have Mr. Robert Humphreys, Mr.
Hmm.
Co-founder of
Now, if I
PD
do recall
Region.
right though, if I do recall right,
I never
you did
travel
say you
alone.
would introduce the second person.
Exactly. I'm introducing the second person to your intro, the one, the only, Mr. Shock That System, the other co-founder of PD Region, Mr. Brian Horton.
And see, that's what I mean. I'm still trying here.
Unmute your mic, bro.
Thank
Oh, Mr.
you.
Oh man, don't go all Chad Gable on us tonight, man.
Well,
Shush, shush.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't expect that one.
Hey, neither just come out.
What's up, Mr.
Well,
Christopher Keith?
very good.
Well, let me tell you something,
Hello.
brother. Oh,
Oh, Lord.
sorry. Hogan came out, guys. Hogan came out.
Just don't rip your shirt off.
We'll be snapped.
Were you? Oh wow! I didn't see it. Didn't expect it. My mic was muted.
We'll be
So, Dyllan,
snapping into Slim Jims here for a long, bro.
Oh yeah.
so a little birdie told me, brother, that you have some questions for PD. Why don't you fire
Oh
away?
man! All right. So one thing I want to know, and okay, now that I've been surprised with two guests, because I just want everyone to know that this was a surprise to me. I had no idea there was two guests, but hey, I'm gonna put this
It
question for both of you guys.
it doesn't matter what you want to ask.
Expect the unexpected.
You got to remember
Okay,
one thing
well,
with PD. I'll give you a little example of PD before you even ask the questions. Where you
all right,
see
go
this
for
one,
it.
you're going to see that one.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I should have expected that one. I have been on Parastatic before. So, all right. So, what? What?
Come on, Mr.
Okay.
Flounder, let's go.
Robert and Brian, what I want to know is how long have you guys been in the paranormal field of investigation?
27 and a
7
half
years.
years.
Okay.
And we actually
So,
started together about the same time.
so you guys have both been in the kind of like the. Have you guys both been a team the whole time?
No, we
No,
had
different
separate
teams.
teams.
Okay. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I'll start with my part. I started in Darlington, South Carolina, with a team called Total Paranormal Investigations. That was my first team, but I've been paranormal investigating by myself since I was 13, 14 years old.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what about you, Brian?
About the same thing. We've recently been PD Reed for about 3 years now. I was on several teams before. When I was in the Navy, I done a lot of solo investigations myself over in California and Virginia, places like that. Come home, join one team, worked out good. Joined another team, it was cool. Started another team, drama. Stopped that one, started another that had drama. Stopped that one, and finally one day, my wife was over at one of her friends' house, and Rob was over talking to him. He's like, "Hey, Rob, you still do that paranormal stuff?" He's like, "Yeah." Well, Brian does too. He's like, "Do what?" And I messaged Rob probably about 30 minutes later. I was on the front porch with him. That's when we started PD Region.
It formed that night.
Okay.
I took
Beautiful.
So,
the group that I had then was actually called Carolina Paranormal Rescue.
mhm.
And I took my team and I merged it with the team he had at that time, which was Ghost Commander Paranormal. and we just merged both teams together, merged equipment, merged everything, and we've been rolling PD ever since.
Okay.
So it kind of sounds like to me you guys had the same start as Global.
Yeah, exactly.
You took two teams that were peanut butter and jelly, and you put them together.
Yep.
Hey,
Miss
that's
Wait,
fair.
Karma says, "Hi guys."
Hey, Karma.
Hey, we
hello,
we're
everyone.
not we're not like peanut butter and jelly. We're like the goober peanut butter and jelly. So they're like intertwined and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Where's the
Marianne.
bread?
That's pop.
Marianne Clark says, "Hello from Ghost House Paranormal."
Hey, Miss
What's going
Marianne.
on? I'd say pop's gonna be the bread.
DNTV.
What up, fam?
DNTV says, "What up, fam?
Bam!
DNTV in the house."
What it
We got a
is?
special treat
In
for
the
DNTV too.
house.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we've heard. Actually, this is one of my questions to ask about a little bit of history. You guys have both given me history. So, if you guys are comfortable, would you guys be able to tell me, like, maybe this is within your comfort? Would you guys be able to enlighten some people of some downfalls that led to better things?
Downfalls, yeah, downfall. The biggest downfall that we had in my side of South Carolina side was dependable team members. You would hire people, you would spend a lot of time training them, getting them ready, getting them where they needed to be. A big investigation would call, you book it with the client, you go over research the client. I mean, everything's set. Day of investigation, I show up, lead investigator shows up, and that's it.
Okay.
You can't
What
cancel
about
the
you, Brian?
investigation. You can't just tell the client, look, my team didn't show up, so we're packing our stuff and we're going home. It don't work that way. I don't care if I showed up by myself, that investigation was happening.
It's like with
Yep.
me, it was drama and depending on people, and it's like with the team that was going on, none of us collabed together. We didn't go together. It wasn't like a family or anything, but it's like me and Rob always say, take the team out of paranormal, make a paranormal family, and it'll last longer.
Yeah,
Live a whole
it's
lot
all about a
smoother.
family. If you don't act like a family, and this goes for any team out there, and please don't be offended by what I'm going to say, but if you consider yourselves team, you can do it, you can make it, but you're not going to collaborate and entwine like family. I mean, we look at our group as family. There's Andy Balcom in the comments now. He is our tech manager. He's family. That's our brother,
You
and that's
guys are
the way we look
family.
at our team.
Now,
Okay.
speaking of comments, Karma Wild says, "I'm the bread."
Ooh.
Andy says, "What's up, Parafam?" And
Paratech.
Karma says, "I have Dark Corner Paranormal in northern Greenville County, and I am the paranormal tourist."
Get up with us. We'll do some collab work.
Global United Paranormal says, "Parafam 100% or nothing."
Amen.
Marianne
I
Clark
like
says,
that.
"Para
Yep.
Unity."
That's para
And
family, para fam.
speaking
Yeah.
of Parafam, guys, I have to do this. Sorry. But for being such a big believer in Parafam, I kind of really shocked everybody with what I did. But check it out. That's how
Para
you
fam.
know you're Parafam.
Not in frame. Oh, there you go.
That's right. And Karma said that's in South Carolina. Yeah, we know exactly where you at,
Well,
Karma. You ain't
up
too
there.
far from us. You ever
That's
want to collab or need some help? Let us know.
yep.
Heck yeah.
My wife's sister lives in Greenville, South Carolina, down in Taylor, so it ain't too far.
Yeah.
Is your mom awake? All
We try
right.
to cover South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, and Georgia. So we pretty much stay. That's where our name come from. PD region. The PD region is the border belt of the PD River that goes around in a big loop, and we cover that whole entire area.
Mhm.
Now, fellas, Dylan, but before you continue on with your questions, bud,
Yep. Yep.
we
Yep.
do have one more guest on here, and I would like to play something special just for him before we bring him on. What do you guys say?
I got you.
Gotcha. Do it.
I like it.
All right, here we go.
Boom shakalaka. There's Drew, the owner of DNTV.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, brother?
What's going on, man?
What's up, Parafam? How you doing, guys? Dylan,
Great,
it's nice
great.
to meet you. I cannot believe I'm on the show.
And just to
That's
let
very
everybody know, at
Oh,
the end
okay,
of
there we
Drew-
go.
At the end of Drew's intro video there, the reason that the Parafam logo was in that video is not just because Parafam made the video, but Drew is now a part of Parafam.
All the way.
Absolutely.
Give it a round of applause.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, fellas. Thank you for the treat. Let me join the Parafam.
Oh, well,
Yep. We pleased to have you and all of them from DNTV, brother. Means a lot to us.
Absolutely. So, Dylan, continue on with your questions.
all right. Ah, man. So
Now you
others
got Drew
and
to choose from too.
I know. Okay, Drew, this is a question for you. I know nothing about you, so I'm wanting to know a little bit about. I'm wanting you. Oh man. All right, now I'm stuttering on my question. Tell us a little about yourself, because I know nothing about you. I don't mean to make that sound so mean. Jesus.
It's okay. It's all right. You're doing great. You're doing amazing. The chains are being whipped around you
Thank
already, so don't worry about it. Okay? So, anyway, my name is Drew Nicholas. I'm the owner of DMTV, creator and also founder of it. I'm also an owner of co-founder of Paranormal Postmodern, which is going to be a big surprise to a lot of people, which are going to wait to release with the boys. But I also entertain actors, movie actors, from Sean Keane, the movie actor, John Osana, to big movie presenter stars like AK, possibly Will Smith in the near future, to Keanu Reeves, which I shouldn't really be talking about, but hey, well. We also do amazing stuff with paranormal. I'm a spiritualist. I'm known for doing readings, over quite a lot of few readings. And DNTV is my massive but I do shows and entertainment to make people happy and hear their opinions. So really, it's all about laugh, be you and be what the audience want, and it's the most important thing for DNTV to do that.
Okay, so what's your role when it comes to films and like entertainment? What's your role?
So my role is more to find out what's their opinions, how they got into movie position, and find out how I want to become an actor, or how I want to become a movie actor, or just a camera crew or a director, or probably learn more qualifications. So my role for me is to give that opinion and questions out to the next person of who we have on the show. And I'm just like the big man who sits in a chair, and I'll say yes and no, maybe thinking about it, or should I do it? Should my team do it? I'm on it. I make the fun by most of the comedy guy for myself. So I'm the guy who will say this. Can I have all permission to say on your show? Can I do something funny as usual?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. Okay, so the best one on my shows, I usually go say, for a giggle, I'll just say some random out of no place, and I mix my words up. And the best one I usually say, and I said on this show like last time, it can go even go like go and shag a sheep. Or did I really just say that on your live? It's just random words because I'm ADHD. So it comes out and makes people laugh. People with like autism, myself, or ADHD, they have a bit of trouble expressing emotions. So my role as a main boss to give everyone else the confidence and ability and to listen to what they got. And that's the guy I am for my role. I got a big role and I got a big job. In the entertainment world, I'm just there just for fun. That's why we entertain. We entertain the people on the camera. We enjoy it. We enjoy the fun. We enjoy the laugh. We can relax a bit more. That's what entertainment stands for.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Yeah, Drew, there's
Big fan.
somebody
I'll agree with that.
I want to put you into contact with. Her name is Marianne Clark from Ghost House Paranormal. Now,
I love it.
her and her team actually help find missing people. And she just put in the comments here, Brian, just wanted to tell you there is a local missing woman. I was tagged in a post about her missing. I gave a picture reading and she was found today. Not sure if it was the information I sent in that brought her home, but they found her. I was in touch with her family and they will tell me tomorrow on the information that was given to them on where she was.
Okay. Okay.
And she is just an amazing woman. And James Waller says, "Hey, peep,
What's going on?
On Curly.
All right.
all right.
God put me on TNT.
So, Dylan, any more questions?"
You're
This
muted,
mic
buddy.
And
stupid.
Of course, I was. I got another question for Drew. I'm kind of wanting to know if you have any or future plans to ever get a movie going where you're gonna star act.
Can you repeat that again? Because he was
You were
breaking up.
breaking up real bad, Dylan.
Ah, all right. Oh, maybe I can actually say it better this time. Hopefully. I'm wanting to know, Drew. Do you have any future plans to make a movie, and maybe be a star actor?
Maybe an actor. I don't think I'll never be an actor. But my future is to actually make quite a few movies, and we have got a few link ups already. Um, we have got a movie being created at the moment. Um, we have got some major things coming in to system, and the kickoff is this week coming up. So we're all looking forward to it, to the near future of creating together, and hopefully me and the Paris studio can work a little bit good towards what's coming up soon. So my future's pretty coming to hand. Yeah.
awesome.
Nothing like
And
Caravan.
DNTV says, I have a question for Drew. And Luana Elliott says, Hi, Brian. This is Lou from Molalla Paranormal. What's up? James Waller says, Just here watching you guys. We appreciate it, brother. Where is DNTV in 24 months from now?
Oh, that was a good question. 24 months right now, every single paranormal team and those people behind us, including Parastepic, should be up in the sky high, but it should be all of us together. That's where I see it. For every single
Beautiful.
family, friends.
In 24 months, every time you go to DNTV, they should be some kind of live playing somewhere.
And Karma says, You guys are amazing. I'm following you and look forward to seeing what you do. Marianne Clark says, has any of you ever experienced anything demonic in your investigations?
How about Brian Horton take care of that question?
Go,
Oh, which one?
Take your pick.
Brian.
There was two that I can account of, so I'll let you take that.
Well, I'll do the first one because since I've been there before. We had this residential case in South Carolina, which I've been there before. I knew it was all residual, so we go start investigating everything. And the guy that called us in, yeah, like he's acting kind of funny and stuff. And we had the crew on the outside watching DVRs and stuff. And then me and Rob went outside, and we had Andrew, which our team manager now, inside the location with him. And me and Robert kept watching the DVR screen, kept looking at the guy's eyes, and they turned black, rolling the back of his head. I said, Andy, watch this dude. Something's not right with him. He kept on and on. Then he finally come outside, and me being who I am, I put some holy water on my fingers, walked by and touched on the back of his elbow. And then he started screaming to me, it's burning. What's going on? And then Rob went into all his stuff. I don't know what he did, but it was wild.
Yeah, we had to do whatever. First time we've ever experienced anything like that, when it comes to exorcisms and anything like that, that's not in our arsenal. But that was a case that you didn't really have an option. You just had to do the best you can and hope for the best. I didn't know if it was going to kill him, if he was going to get hurt. I got scared. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the only time I really been scared. So all I could do was put my hands on the boy and just start praying. And when I went to pray, and the Spirit took over me and said the words for me, because after about 2 minutes of it, I remember him just passing out and hitting the ground. And when he woke up, he looked at me, and his eyes was like big as saucers, and he didn't know who we were. He didn't know why we were there. He didn't know why he was even at his grandparents' house.
Wow, that's heavy, man.
It was wild. First
That's
from
really
being Rob.
scary.
When something like that happens, most of the time you got a chance to contact a priest or call somebody at the church or whoever to do an exorcism. You can plan that. But when it happens on the spot like that and he starts freaking out because he got holy water put on him, I didn't know what to do. I ain't gonna sit and tell you no lie. I've never been in that predicament. I did not know what to do. The only thing that come to my mind was prayer. That's it.
Oh, DNT TV says Parafam is the answer, bro. Love it.
And
Oh, we love it.
I agree with that one.
Sherry Brett says, hey.
Hey, Miss Sherry.
Raymond Newsom says, what up, fam?
Raymond Newsom.
What's going on, Mr. Raymond?
What up?
Just to let y'all know, Brian, Raymond Newsom is now the founder of Raymond's Haunted Tours, which is PD Region Paranormal Kentucky Division.
I'm going to tell you something, you sneaky little butthole. I was 2 days shy of asking him to come to Global.
You snooze, you lose, buddy.
Damn Skippy, but it's a good thing we all share.
That's right.
Lying. Raymond, welcome to the family, brother.
That's right. Big round of applause for Raymond, guys. We love you, Raymond. We love you, brother. Now, Drew, there was something I wanted to ask you specifically.
Yeah.
Do we want to let the cat out of the bag yet on our little collaboration?
I'd be happy for you to let a cat out of the bag. I'll be happy.
All right, guys. So, Parafam Studios and DNTV, there is a movie franchise that went all the way up to part 6 and had a couple spin-offs. But we're not going to tell you which movie it was. But me and Drew, we have come up with a whole new concept of the entire franchise, and we are working on it as we speak.
It's true. It's true. It's going to be wicked. It's going to be wicked.
That's right. Luana Elliott says, "Bring me on, and I'll tell you a story about a possession I've encountered." Absolutely.
Ooh.
Sherry said, "Just finished my paranormal stream from my home." Right on.
Nice.
Send a link. Send a link. Show us where to go.
Amen.
Raymond says, "Thank you, guys." You're welcome. Mr.
Mr.
Laverty says, "Yo,
Host.
yo."
What's
Yo,
up,
yo.
host?
Sherry says, "Clap, clap." And Elena Moonbeam said, "You got to tell me now." Sherry said,
No chance.
"Huh? Leah's been to my aid." And
Oh,
Sherry says, "I was
they called me Lee.
possessed."
Yep, I could tell you a story about that very quickly. So we were on House Investigation. She was the main leader of it. It was the main job for her. She asked PPM, which was my team, to come along and give us supporting because we were permissioned by a certain church to do emergency exorcism. So we were actually given the permission to do so by an actual church. And we studied it for quite a bit, over 5 years into 10. Um, but that's only for an emergency necessary. And we've done a self investigation. We saw this collaboration. Then a Solomon key of the devil key was being written on a window. We found out what it was, went up to the attic. Next minute, we saw it being dragged and pulled off the attic. That means she was being dragged, and as she was doing that, she started seizuring. Her eyes rolled up right up to her head, where you can literally not see any pupils. Next minute, she comes down, acting all weirdly, acting strange, and started name out of it. Then the whole house started rumbling, lights started turning on and off. And literally, they were getting bitten, they were getting bite by spirits. My wife and herself got locked in the room. Um, Next minute, I knew it. We tried to get it out, couldn't get it out. She got possessed. Next minute, we're not kidding you. We actually got some, put a circle around her with red stones around her and sand. She made a spell because she's a white witch. And we basically have to use what we can use and use the holy water, what we got given by the Catholic priest and what we got given by what we got taught. And we had her. We had her literally, if it weren't for the person who's there behind her to grab her, well, let's just say her scream acted about 50 miles outside the town. I'm not even kidding. It was
Holy
a massive
crap.
scream. So it literally took everyone a shock. And I remember some of the neighbors that kind of got involved there, but afterwards it was all right. It was fine.
Wow.
So
Well,
yeah,
Marianne Clark wants to know, have any of you used a reversed ITC app called Solomon? And how do you feel about using phone apps during your investigations?
I've never
Uh,
tried a Solomon app. We use the Necrophonics. They work well, but you got to know how to use them and decipher what it's saying. You got to ask specific questions like, "What color shirt am I wearing? What's in this bottle?" Or certain questions you know that it has no idea to generate the words what you ask, and so you get something to respond to what you're asking. Like I say, if you say what I got in this bottle, and you get the word back water or something like that, you know, you got something going with it, then you can kind of say, okay, this is kind of okay.
so I don't think we've ever used anything like that, but
No, we never have.
I'm pretty sure we've used like on phone EVP recorders, and like I think we've done a spirit box on the phone.
But they're good to use for references. But like I was saying, you got to ask direct questions and get direct responses and kind of decipher what you're hearing because it's going to have a lot of jumbled words. And sometimes you hear something you think that you're hearing, but it's really not what it's saying.
Yeah, it's kind of like the obulus. I mean, any of spirit boxes like that. I mean, word generator boxes. I guess I would say you got to be really careful with it because you know all these words are preloaded into a database. And sometimes the words is going to come out, and it might mean something to you, and it might not. But like Brian said, if you're asking a direct question, I mean, if you're looking at the camera, I mean, at the box, and you say, okay, what color is this shirt? And it comes out blue. Or you hold it up and you say, can you tell me what is in this can? And it says Pepsi or soda. You look for distinct answers to where you can decipher if it's just a word generated from the database or not.
All right. And Luana says, can you please bring me on video with you all? All you got to do, Luana, is send me a message in Messenger and I will send you a link. Dyllan, before you get to asking any of your other questions, like I know you're chomping at the bits to do,
I'm
if
anxious.
anybody watching in here wants a brief description of what me and Drew are working on, let's see, what's a good word for them to say, guys? How about banana? Say banana if you want to know what me and Drew are working on.
Banana.
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 I'm pretty sure I already know.
Back to you, Dyllan. Ask away.
All right. So it's about 39 minutes or about roughly around there. And I want to ask this question because the question I was going to ask was actually already asked by the audience, which thank you guys. But this was like a question I wanted to do around halfway. For no, it's for Robert. Sorry. And the question I want to ask is, do you consider yourself to be an engineer?
Do I consider myself to be an engineer? No, sir, I do not. But what I do consider myself to be is a enthusiast.
Enthusiast?
I've always been fascinated with the paranormal. Okay, and you got to look. I come from a family that was not very wealthy. You know, we wasn't poor. Don't get me wrong, we wasn't poor. But my dad busted his butt to get us food, clothing, and a car to go back and forth with, and power in the lines and water in the pipes. So we didn't have a
Yeah.
lot of extra money to just go buy things. My dad was a fix it all. If it was broke, he could fix it. You hand him a Q-tip and a safety pin and a paper clip, and you liable to get back a remote control car. I mean, that's just how my dad was. So I learned a lot from
Okay.
him of how to make something out of nothing. And when it comes to the paranormal field, that really, really helped me because it made me think outside the box as far as how can I take, for instance, a door alarm and turn it into a REM pod. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
How could
Yeah.
I take a ham radio or a CB radio and turn it into a spirit box? And just
Hmm.
years and years and years of experimenting and getting it wrong, basically, finally got it right. And that's why I've become to be able to build the stuff that I can build.
Don't
So
underestimate
you
yourself. He's
said,
a damn wizard.
And let me tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, Paratech Laboratories will be up and running full stream within the next month or two. Marianne Clark has a question. Have you ever encountered a paranormal headache?
I've got thrown through a wall, but I didn't get a headache from it.
I can't say that I've ever got a headache from paranormal because I'm so laser focused on what I'm doing. Even if I did get a headache, I really don't even know if I got it or not because I wasn't paying it attention.
Drew,
say the
what about
most
you,
I've ever
buddy?
had was probably feeling heavy.
I rather ignore it, to tell you the truth. Paranormal addicts are just, nah, not waste the energy. I'd rather go and play with my kid and ignore the paranormal addicts. So, never got them.
Well, you guys, I hate to say this, but banana, 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 banana. That's awesome. And bam.
Carrot.
I gotta say though, I don't think you should fully spoil it. I do think you should give him some sort of word of definition.
All right, guys. So the best way I can describe this is think back to the 1980s with a special Springwood slasher and his family that ran 6 parts, and at the end, the daughter finally gets revenge on her father. But
That's so much.
where do the evil spirits go? That is for you to find out and wait until our movie has been completed. Ain't that right, Drew?
Yes, it is. That's correct.
And just in case y'all don't know who he's talking about, it's Barney Rubble.
Damn it, Robert. Why'd you have to give it away?
Dude, I told you this once again. Get it correct. It's not Barney Rubble. It's Fleming, Mr. He-Man.
Oh, He-Man.
Yeah.
Oh,
How do I get
dude,
I guess because they both got blonde hair.
I thought we were talking about Thundercats here, guys.
We'll go.
All right, guys. We do have a special guest on here. Luana wants to come on and talk about a possession story. Hello, Luana.
Hi. So, I'm good. I'm in Texas right now. I moved to Texas from Portland, Oregon because of all the stuff going on. It was like all the evil is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Anyway, many years ago, my cousin lived in a house that had, we really didn't know if it was a demon or a poltergeist, but it lied to everybody. I even brought a demonologist in there. I brought 2 teams in there. Each time I joined a new team, I would bring them in. And my cousin's son I kind of watched him over a period of a couple of months change. He was listening to really like devil worshiping music. He was just looked sick all the time. Now, this is a kid that had abilities. Like he was like me, had certain clairvoyant abilities. And so I think this thing used those abilities to kind of turn him. And I didn't like what I was seeing. He would close all the windows, make it so dark in there and just become an introvert. Well, anyway, I get an SOS from his sister saying that she had him come over to, because there's 2 houses and these are really old houses. Okay. And they had invited him to come over and eat dinner, but he wouldn't even sit still to go eat dinner. And then he stood up and he says, I gotta go back over to the house because they're going to get really mad if I don't. And she's like, what? And we already knew that there was entities there because I'll tell you someday about what happened to me in the attic of that house. But anyway, so she called me because when they went over there, he was on the floor in Indian style and rocking back and forth and staring at the floor. And she didn't know what to do. And she said that when she first went over there, he was standing in the corner with his face in the corner talking to the wall. And so I went over there and he was sitting in the floor. I had to go back out and I said, I prayed to God. I said, you got to help me with this one because it kind of was making me sick to go in there, which usually means there's something bad there because being clairvoyant, the energies can make you sick. And so I went to my car, got my holy water, got my sea salt rock. If you guys ever do anything and you are involved in this, carry holy water, sea salt rock, not just any salt. Sea salt is the life giver. Okay, so sea salt rock, I grind it up, and also your cross, whatever you believe in, your cross. But you have got to pray for protection before you go into there at all. You have to ask the Lord to be with you. You really do. In order to survive something like that, you have to believe in God. And so I said a prayer. I asked God to use me to get this thing. I knew what was going on. I said, use me to get this thing, get him out of there, whatever. I'm going to tell you right now, when someone's possessed and it's something like that, and it's kind of, they've let it in, they don't always just wig out or have seizures and things like that. It wasn't a hostile, takeover. So, but his eyes, this child's eyes are usually blue. His eyes at that moment were black. His eyes don't change. So I sat on the couch because I wanted to sit above him, and he was on the floor. And I said, hi. And I said it really loud. And I said, look at me. And he wouldn't look at me. And I said, look at me. I had to get really forceful with it. And I just, you know, it wouldn't look at me. So I ended up sitting on the floor, and I said, look at me. And so I just kept saying it. And I said, I know you, don't I? And you know me. And he said, yes. And it was not Jason's voice. It was like this raspy, just deep voice. And I'm thinking, I should be scared right now, because I was literally just like 2 feet away from him. And I said, you would like to hurt me right now, wouldn't you? And he said, yes. And I said, well, I'm not going to go away. And honestly, it probably was one of the most scary things, but I asked the Lord to use my voice and to use me to get this thing out. And all of a sudden, I felt like I had this power over this thing. And the words that were coming to my mouth, I don't know where they came from. I mean, I do, but anyway, I had to get really forceful with it. I handed his mom the holy water, and I took the Bible and I let it fall open and started reading it. I wasn't even concerned about what it was I was reading. When his mom was spritzing his head, because I was doing this for her to spritz his head, steam was coming off of his head, and his head just turned really red, like it was burning. And I don't know how, it must have been God, but I got that thing out of him, and it went up into the attic. And all of a sudden his eyes started, it was struggling. It didn't want to come out, but I told him, in the name of God, you will leave this child, because this is God's child. I don't remember all the words I said. It was whatever was coming out of my mouth, but it went up in the attic. It started thrashing around, and my cousin's son, who was like a nephew to me, just looked at me and said, it burns, Auntie Lou, it burns. And I'm like, shut up, you let it in. And I go, I told you, I warned you not to do the things you were doing. But in that case, that was a loved one. So I'm not sure if that has anything to do with me being able to help him get it out. But he let it in by what he was doing. It was a slow possession. So I don't know if anybody has ever experienced that. But I'm not going to sit there and ask a priest permission to get something out of out of somebody, because I'm going to ask God. I'm going to go directly to the source. So I don't know how you guys all feel about that.
Can I say something?
Very brave.
Go ahead, Drew.
Sure.
Okay, the reason why I asked the priest, because I knew I was going to a house investigation. The private investigations are completely different. Now, I can match up a familiar. I can't mention much about it because I'm under the contract of that, under private concerts being on that one. But I can say we had a woman in a different country in Germany, and I can state the same information what you said was similar for her. Her eyes turned black, and she started speaking in a very deep, and the spirit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call it demon because we don't folk demons or any identity. What we do, that spirit comes here. You can see it. It was trying to push out. and I can literally confirm on the serious side, I have seen it happening before, and I've seen it multiple times. Different possessions happen in many different ways, not always in that way as well. It
Right,
actually
right.
can help just a normal, quiet person. Um, I could bring on someone who's actually have to save someone as well. And the right thing you done was actually, hey, you call for God. Now, I will state on here, I am part of something in that sort of line then, but you done the correct thing. And that's all you done. It's a loved one, it's family. You done correct. Now, the reason why we done permission by a priest is because the priest, without like, if you do a house investigation and someone gets possessed, yeah, you could go with knowledge, or you can get permission because it can turn into a court case, like the like the Annalise court case under the 1945 section when Annalise got actually sectioned into a mental health hospital. That's a bit where you have to be very careful on because
Right,
mental
right.
health and doctor and psychologists, you know what they like. They get hard on
Yeah.
the society.
That's why I said it was,
Yeah.
I could see it happening over time. I didn't know exactly the results of what they would be,
You
but
done the right thing.
as soon as I walked into that house, I knew that, yeah, I knew what had happened. And we had been fighting whatever was in that house for like probably 2 years trying to get it out of that house, and I was not successful. Like I said, I brought in things, and I brought in people. There was just some bad mojo there, and I kept getting like flashes of images of a child underneath the house, like it was being punished, and it was in a hole that had been dug. So I'm fairly sure that whatever was there was hiding the secret of the torture he did to his family, because I know that that was his son. So over the time that I was there, trying to get this thing out of my cousin's house and trying to deal with it and get it to leave her alone and her daughter and her son and her grandson, I did learn a little bit about this thing, and we had been going back and forth. So I kind of knew it already. And so, but it was a very intimidating, very scary entity. I feel like it was a man, but he had just been there so long and done such evil, bad things that he just took on a really powerful, force. Plus, I think that there was other things there besides just him, almost like a vortex. So, but I had kind of looked at it as it was his fault, that these things kept coming to this house. But I feel like he was there, um, because he, even in death, tried to hide his secret. The other thing that I had thought about, and maybe you guys can, whatever you guys think about, or what you guys think about it, is maybe it wasn't totally him. Maybe the things that were there before this guy was there and influenced him and maybe possessed him and caused him to do the things that he did that ended up probably killing his son. Because, like I said, I feel like there was something underneath the floor, and I'm pretty sure it was the little boy that I kept seeing. So there was, I never got to the bottom of it, but I always figured that either he was evil or whatever was there before him and caused him to act that way. So whichever way.
Wow, that's a hell of a story, Luana. That is crazy.
Well, it's in Oregon City, and if you guys ever want to, I mean, crazy shit in Oregon City. Oregon City is very old, but there's a lot of spirits wandering around there. There's the Shanghai tunnels people don't really know about. That's underneath Oregon City.
Yep.
That they brought. There's two rivers, and they would come down the Willamette River, and they would actually bring in Chinese, and they would promise these Chinese jobs and stuff. Well, they would, Shanghai them, knock them out while they're sleeping, and then take them through these tunnels. So there's a lot of shit that goes on in Oregon City that I've picked up on and I've seen, and it's like, this is crazy. But I mean, the history of Oregon is not always good. And you've got, it's over by where the John McLaughlin house is and stuff. I'm sure you guys know about that with your history, but a lot of it is there's a lot of evil in Oregon City, and so it's really hard to try to deal with that on each level. Like each you got this one going on over here, but you got 10 more over here, so you're trying to deal with this one, but you got these 10 over here, and it's like I got to take a break sometimes, because when you're clairvoyant, you pick up so much, and you get these headaches when they are being intrusive. And that, I had to learn to protect myself, to shut it down sometimes. And plus, working at a hospital, I worked at the VA, you really got to shut it down, because sometimes they won't leave you alone. They're dead, and they are just so happy that you can hear them and see them, and when they do that, it gives me a and I can't do my job. So I'm like, please just leave me alone for now. I'll help you later, but not right now. So that's crazier, believe it or not, than the other shit. I mean,
Well, hey, I very much appreciate you hopping on the show and sharing your story.
Well, like I told you before, when we were communicating before, because you were going to have me on, I think, the very first show, I got tons of stories, tons of experiences, because I've been on 3 different teams, and then I finally decided to just make my own, because 2 of the teams wanted to do nothing but make names for themselves, and I won't do it for that. I will not do it for that, because these are God-given gifts, and I use them for what God wants me to use them for, not to make a name for myself. And so that's always been an issue with me.
Well, I definitely think after the podcast, you should message me, and I think there's a few things we should talk about.
Yeah, we talked a little bit. I don't remember I don't know if you remember. It's been a couple months, but I can tell you some funny stories too, including, I want you guys, okay, so let me ask you guys a question. Have you ever heard of the Hat Man? Anybody?
Uh-oh.
The Hat Man.
I might have heard
Okay.
this.
Look it up. I had one in the shop of where I lived, and I didn't know that's what it was. I thought it was my father-in-law, but I couldn't figure out why he wouldn't talk to me. I mean, that thing tried shoving me down the stairs. It would pull my hair. It would stand right behind me and breathe on me. And I'm in this shop that's the size of a barn by myself. So when I brought a team in to help me, because I didn't have any recording equipment at all. I don't really use them except try to get proof of what I'm saying. But they actually got a picture of it. And so I'm like, what is that? Okay. And so you guys should research that, because when you have a Hat Man in your house, it's not good. It will cause all kinds of havoc. It will cause you to be angry when you have no reason to be angry. It will cause people to fight to the extent that they get violent. I mean, I had that in my house or in the shop. I don't know if it was in the house, but yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'll tell you about that someday too.
Well, yeah.
Did you ever get it out? Did you ever get it out?
No, because see, it wasn't my house, but I did a little research, and I've never found information on how to get it out. The only thing you can do is what they said, is you be loving to your family. So like, you try not to get angry. And if you feel yourself getting angry, you have to step back, because you don't want to give it fuel, because it will feed that fire. And a lot of times, if you see this thing with your eyes, it usually means that someone's going to get hurt or death. So like, somebody might stab someone, they get so angry, or shoot somebody, or it's that he can be that bad. I don't know anybody personally that has seen it with their eyes, but usually they'll see it at night, like hovering over their bed. But I could not believe that it was in my shop. I didn't know anything about it. My daughter saw a picture I sent her. I'm like, look what they found in the shop, She goes, And she messaged me back. She goes, Mom, don't you know what that is? I said, it's a man with a hat. But apparently he's not very social because I could never get him to talk to me because I'm used to them talking to me. And she said, Mom, that's a hat man. That I'm not visiting you anymore. That's what she told me. But yeah, that was. But so.
Wow. Well, yeah. Thank you for
But that
coming
was
on
a
the
place that had a
show
lot of
and
stuff going on.
sharing
Yeah,
your
no problem.
experiences, and definitely get a hold of me, and we'll bring you on a show.
Yeah, because
I'd love to get you
I am
back in
gonna
here.
start doing some investigating here in Texas. It's been a really struggle getting set up and moving 2,300 miles without not even knowing what I'm going to do for a job and all that, and so it's just taken a long time. But I do intend to get back into it. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd love
thanks
to
for
get you
having
back
me
in here
on,
and talk
and you guys have
more.
You too.
yeah.
Wow. That was crazy, man. She had a wild story.
That's
Oh,
nuts.
yeah.
I couldn't believe that. Well, Marianne Clark says, do you guys think I should continue with finding the missing with my paranormal journey? I love to help people and think this will help a lot doing my picture and channeling readings.
If it's something you
Yeah.
love to do, keep doing it.
It makes you happy. Keep rocking and
Absolutely.
rolling with it.
And Christopher Keith says, Robert Humphreys is a wizard, LOL. Him and Brian Horton has gotten our Ohio team up and rolling fast.
We try our best.
What kind of
That's what we're
magic
doing.
do you do?
Woo! Look at all those bananas, fellas.
You should have
Oh,
used
man.
You should have used plantain.
That's what she said.
Brian Laverty says, nice to see Drew has his shirt on. LMAO.
Look, Brian, I told you once again, only because you're jealous. That's the problem. I couldn't take you on, mate. I'm sorry.
All right, Drew. You know what we're going to have to do, right? We're going to have a stripping contest between me and you, buddy.
Who do you think will win?
I'm out.
Put that on the Brian James show.
Oh, goodness. Elena Moonbeam, what is devil worship music?
What we listen to, Brian, I guess.
Nah,
Yeah.
devil worship
Devil
music
Driver.
is actually
Devil
music
Driver.
that worships the devil.
Oh, no. Well,
And Marianne says, look up the Monarch family that might have lived there before. And Luana, you have a spirit around you. Norman, about 57 years old. And Sherry says there was 6 of them and a 4-year-old child affected. Not all will work with just you. Sometimes a person who blessed to do this, it's stronger. Terry Wilson says, hey, Drew, I know you. Hey, y'all. Sorry, I'm just joining.
Thank you for joining.
welcome.
Lavery says the Hat Man is great. Very cool story. Sherry says since young to now. Marianne says I have a picture of one. It's been following me since I was 6 years old. Yeah, there are just there's too many other comments that yet Janie says hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Speed through him.
What's up, Matt Barron?
What's up, Matt?
Mr. Barron. So yeah, fellas. Well, go ahead and ask away some more questions, Dyllan.
I've been
Fire
wanting
away,
to do
boy.
this for a while, and I would love to give a word to our sponsor.
our sponsors put up a big old overlay, didn't they?
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Luana and Marianne, the show's not over yet. Somebody in the back keeps playing with the videos. So, anyways,
Whoever that
Dylan,
may be.
on to your questions there, buddy.
All right. So I'm gonna ask a question that is very used, but I love the input, and I really want to. I'm just more interested in anything. I love hearing used questions and what people say about it. So I want to know, uh, Robert, Brian, and Drew. All three of you guys answer this. What is your favorite equipment to use when you're in an investigation, and why?
Go
Me
ahead,
start
Brian.
it.
I'll let you go first.
Well, my
Yep.
personal piece of equipment is myself. The feelings I get around me and all my senses, my eyes and my ears, and smell as well. But if it, actual equipment itself, I go to my recorder.
Hey, man, you yourself,
That's right.
quit. That it works, man. It works. And why?
Well, because with that, with me investigating, I can get in tune with everything that's going on. I can feel everything around me and what's going on. I can feel when something's about to happen, when it's about to go down. I can sense that, and I hear everything with my ears. I can hear pretty darn good. And just something about using myself because as me, so I tell everybody else when you're investigating, I use myself as equipment, but you can't take away your own personal experience you have. Whether like you have a piece of equipment, somebody can sit there and fuss with you all day saying, "Hey, look, that piece of equipment is malfunctioning. There's something interfering with it." Well, that didn't say that, or that piece of equipment did not do that. That's not on video. But with yourself, they can't take that away from you. That's what you felt, what you've seen, so they can't take that away from you. So that's why I think
Yep.
myself is the best personal piece of equipment.
Okay. So Robert, Drew.
Well, my favorite piece of equipment has changed recently. Usually, I would say my video camera or my recorder, two most important pieces of equipment. I used to say, but now that I've came up with, or actually, I give the credit to Paratech Laboratories. They came up with the new extra low frequency and ultra low frequency portal box with the built-in recorder. I gotta say that's my favorite piece of equipment now. Reason
All right.
why is because I can scan at frequencies that are below any radio station, television station, ham radio, amateur radio, CB radio. They're way below it. I mean, these frequencies can go down to the frequencies that the human body operates on.
Yeah.
So I've had very good luck with it, and I'm loving it. I can't wait to get it on the market where people can see it, but it's still a work in progress.
Yeah, I can't wait to get it. Drew.
Me? No. Nah, I don't want to know. No one wants to know. Nah, I'm joking. No, my favorite equipment is actually myself. Myself is because I can connect with spirit, and I just connect with them. I don't connect with anyone else. I connect around with the energy, and I feel it. I can hear it. I can see it, smell it. I have nightmares, and yeah, it's a pretty good damn gift. Tell you the truth. Yes, Mr. Brian.
Well, since the host so rudely skipped over his co-host, I figured I'd butt in
What?
as
I would
well.
never. I've already asked
How
you this question before.
how dare you? But my favorite
All right.
piece of equipment is new as well. It's called the Drew Horton Connection, or the B Nichols. I mean, whichever one you guys think sounds better.
It's gotta be the truth.
Yeah.
Well,
Just imagine what it's going to
now,
be like, Brian, when you got the Drew Brian Paratech box in the same room.
Oh, good lord!
Man,
Drew,
That's
Shock,
trash.
shock the system.
yeah, Drew being a
Yeah, it's gonna
clairvoyant, you know,
shock.
he's gonna sense them and know they're there, and then Brian's gonna sense them, and then we just get the box rolling, and we're gonna have a conversation with them about everything.
Oh yeah. Marianne Clark says a REM pod and cat light up balls. Luana
Yes.
says, can't wait to tell you about the Masonic temple her team investigated. Labrie says they call him the SB7, a whisperer.
If you ever watch any of Brian Laverty's stuff on Huntophobia or his YouTube page or Paraflix, he does good work with the SB7.
Luana says, I like the mega microphone.
We need to get pops on
Raymond
with ears.
says, the thing is awesome. Marianne Clark says, I loved my camera until someone stole it. Now we are on hold from going out. That sucks.
Use
Yeah,
your
that does
iPhone.
suck.
Yeah, use your cell phone.
Yeah,
It's just as good.
you
Just
can
get
use
your
a flip
IR
phone.
light.
Yep.
Could use
I
a flip
started
phone.
out with a
It'll work.
flip phone. I know how it goes. Sherry says, myself, EVPs, and cat balls.
We have cat balls. We don't call them the cat balls. We call them the Mac
See,
balls.
Yeah, Mac balls.
See, I love the fact that the
Referring to the
audience is
Mac and
interacting with these questions. I
So,
love the fact that the
Drew.
audience is.
Oh, go ahead, Dylan. Sorry.
No, this is going to be my third time trying to say it. Go ahead.
You got to
No,
get it.
go ahead. Say it. Say it.
I love the fact that the audience is interacting with these questions too.
That's all you were trying to say.
That's all I was trying to say. Which is why I didn't
So
want to say it
Raymond
again.
said he's referring to the portal.
Marianne Clark says, I'm going to take my haunted doll on an investigation next time we go out.
Hey, Rob.
I'd like to do
Nice.
that.
We need to bring Honcho on Paranormal Static.
Yeah, we do. Actually, you need to put him in the background.
You lost your damn mind.
We actually have a haunted item that we've collected over at PD, and it is I think the date on it was what, Brian, like 1846?
Something like that.
But it's one of those puppets, you know, that's on the strings and you move the wood and you can make him dance and do all kind of things. But it's a little Spanish puppet. And I actually bought a house that actually belonged to Brian's wife's aunt a long time ago. And when I bought the house, I had to put a new roof on it. When the contractors come in to tear the roof off, this thing was hanging in the middle of the rafters in the attic from one end to the other. Like somebody put it there on purpose. And we took it down. We put it in storage and never had a problem with it. Well, I had to clean the storage building out because my mother had passed away and my brother moved into her place and he needed the building. So we tore into all that stuff and I brought it home with me. Things started going off in my house. So I figured out what was going on and I said, okay, I'm going to remove it, see what happens. So I removed it. I ain't had no more trouble. But I carried it to Brian's dad's house, Pops. He started having stuff going off at his house when the doll arrived. So now he's got it locked up in a case like Annabelle.
Pretty clever.
So, Drew, what about you, buddy? Do you have anything of hauntingly good value?
I do, actually. I was just looking around for it, but it's not with me right now. It's a haunted picture done from investigation where the family was actually getting terrorized to it. And I said, hey, I picked up and read in. Next minute, I was like, hey, do you want to get rid of it? I'll pay you for it. They offered them cash. Next minute, they were like, no, that's okay. We'll send it down free. It came all the way from Malta. And I actually had the haunted picture, and we got a year in this house somewhere, in a hidden place, as we should say. But we actually have got a haunted picture where the picture dates back in 1965.
You know, there's a story of a antique shop here in town. It's actually no more than maybe a mile up the road from where I'm at. And this picture was just dropped off at the doorstep. And it was horribly damaged. And over the next couple days, the lady noticed every time she looked at the painting was getting clearer and clearer and clearer, all the way to the point to where it is an actual photo again. It's an actual perfectly painted picture.
Wow.
I got a theory on that.
If you say
So
Vigo, I'm coming in there to slap you.
no, my theory is that there's other coworkers. I'm going to assume maybe they were just cleaning it up a little bit every once in a while. Going along, cleaning it up.
Well,
Your mic
it,
just fell out.
yeah, we can't
Me?
hear you, buddy.
What was the last thing you heard?
Nothing.
Something about a coworker.
Washing the
All
paint
right.
or something.
Yeah,
Brian,
I'm
Brian's
assuming.
next.
My theory is
You
that
got to read Brian
a
Laverty's
coworker.
comment.
Oh, are we not okay? My theory is that a coworker came in after the end of the other person's shift. I don't know the name, and just started, waxing it up ever so often. Slowly
Nope.
making it look more better. That's my
They
theory.
put
It's a running theory.
this photo in camera sight, and overnight is when this picture would rejuvenate itself. Luana Elliott wants to know, when you all are on an investigation, take pictures, do you take 2 of each so you can compare each picture?
We take 4 or 5 of the same exact thing every single time. We talk all our
Absolutely.
investigators. 4 to 5
I'm pretty
pictures
sure we
every
did
time.
that.
Rapid fire.
Yep.
I like.
What about you, Drew?
I take literally same amount of pictures because two and one is, well, it's not going to be worth the effort. You want more now, so I'm on A side.
Sherry says, I'm a bit weirded out about taking my haunted dolls anywhere as their vessels so something could attach to it. Luana says, I do picture readings as well. Sherry says, I've got 5 dolls, a haunted African mask, and a mirror.
Nice.
Marianne Clark watching Ghostbusters as we speak. She caught my Vigo reference.
As we all do.
I
Brian,
didn't get it until I heard about the painting.
Oh,
oh
damn.
my
Get it now.
God. Brian
Took
Laverty,
me a
I
bit.
have a haunted item as well. My ex-wife. Brother, I'm with you on that one.
Hey, Brian
Oh,
James, you got to give
oh
Laverty.
man.
You got to give Laverty 10 points for that comment.
Oh, hell yeah. I
10
give
points
him
for
12 for that
Gryffindor.
one.
Give him
Raymond
10 points for
Newsom
Gryffindor, maybe
says,
Hufflepuff.
Sick Pantera on him, LOL.
No. Last time that happened, I was dead.
Sherry said, I'm snap happy. Parapost says, Brian, the item isn't haunted, bro. You just can't feed it after midnight.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Love that comment.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
What a little gremlin.
But I
Oh
love
my
this right
God.
now.
You guys, we have an electrifying crowd tonight. I mean, everybody's throwing in. This is phenomenal. Drew, I got to know, what's your first thought about being on ShadowZone?
That's it.
It was blank for a long time. I think my brain went.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. Give you guys credit, 10 out of 10, and Is it Darren? No, Dyllan. Dyllan.
Yeah, it's Dyllan. Yeah.
Keep whooping ass. You'll get there. You'll get there, bro. You're amazing. You're funny. I actually did giggle at a few of the stuff he done. So guys, he needs to serve like literally 5 out of 5 here. Needs to work the extra couple more to be 10 out of 10. So I love the show. It's
Well,
alright. I like it.
You just filled my heart with so much joy. I thank
You
you
heard
so
it from
much.
the man, bub, that has 53 million viewers a day on his channel. Just gave you a 5 out of 5. What's your response to that, dude?
I am full of joy, and I'm speechless. To be
Boy,
completely honest, I have no idea what to say. My brain is blowing up at this moment. I wish there was some sort of filter that can show the top of my head just going up.
Brian Laverty is
Yeah.
on a roll tonight.
Marianne Clark says, well,
Oh my
alrighty
God.
then. I haven't fed it yet. He loves us. Brian J. Laverty says, never trusted Dyllan with 2 L's in it.
Oh, you're
How
such a
dare
bully.
Don't
Oh,
feel
what a
bad, Dylan.
sneaky
I've had
snake.
2 L's my whole
No,
life, okay? It's not
don't
my
feel
fault. I
bad,
didn't
Dylan.
write
He
my
told
name.
Brian,
I just spell it out.
first
It's all
time
right,
he met
Dylan.
Brian Horton, he looked at Brian and he said, why is your name spelt wrong?
That's how you spell in a stripper name.
Hey, that's right. Us Bryans have to stick together, damn it.
We'll just give Brian a bloody chain in when we see him. Give him a good chain in. Whipping.
Jeff Tolflin says, hi to you all. Just wanted to say hi from the paranormal goat from Ohio.
Bah!
Jeff,
What's up?
What's up?
Yes, sir. What's crag-a-lackin', buddy?
I like his picture.
So, to those of you who have gift and abilities, how old were you when you realized you had them? Marianne Clark was 6.
mine didn't kick in until probably about maybe 30 years old.
Mine's probably gonna kick in when I'm probably 32. You know, I'll get them one day. Yeah.
I've had mine
It's
when I
not
was probably
spreading
about since about 35, but here recently it's been like going into overdrive.
Yeah, well, and that's just the thing. Drew explained it to us earlier, and he said it best. You've always had the ability, me and you both. We've always had the ability. We just never let it flourish. We never looked into it, and we never let it show. We hid it. We didn't know what to do with it.
We're about to be dangerous, bro.
Oh, you guys just wait till you add Mr. Beacon of the Light over here to your mix. Oh, yeah, me and Horton together, dude, we're going to attract everything that's bad.
Hey, look, I already do. I want him to help with that.
Oh, believe you me, brother. You're going to get help.
I can't wait to see Mr. Brian James up at St. Albans Sanatorium.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to walk in there. Mr. Horton's going to take me right to where Mr. Goatman likes to hang out. And me and Goatman going to go rounds. I'm ready.
Just
I'm
you
hoping
ain't-
to be there.
favor.
You ain't ready.
I don't want to be sitting at the back sounding like that guy on that movie. He wasn't ready. He ain't ready. He ain't ready. He ain't ready.
Oh, and the Goatman with a Mike Tyson left, and Brian James is out for the count. Now he's dragging him up the wall. What a
KO!
body slam!
Oh
I have to
no.
get Tank
Oh
Good
God,
out
he's
there
going
and
on the
get you
top
dragging.
ropes.
know,
Elbow
Rob,
drop.
You know how Gutman, he's talking junk now. Gutman's probably channeling all this. Okay, he's saying this crap. I'm gonna get him
Hey,
before it gets down here.
I'm telling you, man, I don't know what he is. All I know is he's got red eyes and he is big and he is strong.
Well, I'm telling you now, I am not looking forward to going anywhere near that fella, but I'm going to do it because I'm a paranormal investigator.
Well, it's like
That's
I
what
me.
it's
want to
all
be
about.
there,
Just you
and I
got to
want to
stay
go right
grounded.
at it.
I've had a run in with him before. He's run straight through me before. It felt like it hit by a brick wall. I went to my knees. Yeah, it ain't fun.
Read that last comment, B.
What is that?
Global.
On the screen or on where? I ain't seen nothing. It's blank.
Brian will be 400 pounds of scat ass out of St. Albans to the road. LOL.
Well, we call that down here in the South. It ain't scats. We call it doo doo butter.
Doo-doo, buddy.
Oh, wow. Sherry says it's true. He's right. Tiffany. Hey, Tiff. How you doing?
Doing, Tiff.
And Jeff says, P.S. Forgot was once the groundskeeper at the Bel Air house. Keep in touch. Good night. P.S. in Ohio.
You know the ballet house, don't you?
Go Buckeyes.
So, I got one more question before we end it off today.
Send it.
Oh, okay. I guess I got everyone's attention really fast. Okay, Robert, Brian, I would say that you guys are a big part of Global, being PD, Parastatic, and I think Paratech. But what I'm more curious about is where do you guys see yourself with Global in 10 years or so?
I can take that one if you want me to, bro.
Like I said, we're a fam. It's all going good.
We don't. We are PD Region Paranormal, and they are Global United Paranormal Foundation, just like Drew is DMTV. But that's where Para Unity and Para Fam merge. And I don't care what you call yourself. I don't care what the name of your team is. I don't care if you called yourself the Dyllan Mcclour team. If you're part of the Para Fam, you're Para Fam. Period.
That's right.
You're family. You're where I go, you go. Where you go, I'm going. And that's the way this
Right.
family works. We are separate entities, yes, but we are one family. And that's the way it's going to remain. If I go up, you're all going with me. If I go down, I'm sorry, you're all going with me.
That's right. You know, I've always had a philosophy, even when I started the Spokane Ghost Crew. And, you know, it's kind of like Global United says here. PD is not a big part of Global. They're the other half of Global.
That's it. I mean, you know,
So
Fair enough.
everybody has their own identities. Just like his name's Brian Horton, my name's Robert Humphreys, but we are PD. You see what I'm saying? You
absolutely.
can have your own identities, but at the end of the day, I know whose back I got, and I know who's got my back, and that is every single person in this paranormal field.
That's right. And it's, you know, it's like I was saying, you know, when I started the SGC, it was whoever was with me is going with me. And, you know, I tried to team up with other teams and I got denied. It wasn't until I got with Global that my mission of starting the movement that I wanted to start started happening. I started getting with other teams. We started collabing together. And look at what it's turned into. I mean, I've got a family like no other. I got a family I can call at 3 a.m. just to say, hey brother, I'm having a bad night, man. Can we talk for a few? And they'll sit there and they'll talk to me for as long as I need. And it's the same way around. We're family, dude. Family does not have to be blood. Family is what you make it. And this
Well,
parafam is my family.
you know, if everybody would get on the same page, and I hope I ain't speaking out of context, but if everybody would get on the same page and work together and become a family in the field, maybe just then, maybe we could advance this field to a part that it's never been. And
Brother, you ain't
that's seeking what we're searching. The
Hey.
whole reason we're in the field.
Testify, my brother.
speaking out of terms, man. You speaking the truth. And it's what needs to be heard.
It's
You
like
know,
we're
I
all.
am
Yep.
I am so tired of this field being a constant pissing contest.
Yeah. Who
Who's
cares
got
if
the
my name
better
gets
evidence? Who's got this? Who's got that? Dude, we need to unite. as one.
That's right.
Like I always say, one goal, one answer, the truth.
That's it. And you got to remember,
Absolutely.
who cares if they know what your name is? Who cares if they know what your team's name is? As long as you leave your imprint in this industry as staying positive, working with everybody, and searching for the right answers, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Who cares about the clout?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's a Mackinville. I'm out.
Oh God!
No,
If I
he's
wasn't
really
the
out.
host,
You know
I'd
what
be
happened?
out too.
Well,
He's out sure now.
that can be worked out too. You know what I mean? We can play that all night long. What's up, guys? What's up,
going
Drew? What's
up,
up,
brother?
B? Shock the system, brother. What's going on,
That's right.
Robert? Brian?
What's up,
And,
brother?
oh, I'm sorry about
What's
you, Dylan.
up,
I
brother?
forgot about you down there. You're the host, and we forgot about you.
You
Marianne
know,
Clark says, I'm feeling loved.
Everybody's
Brian
right
Laverty
there.
says, so is your money my money, LOL.
Well, I tell you what, Mr. Laverty, my
What
money
money?
might not be your money, but my time is your time.
That's right.
And that's just more important than money.
Hey, just think of it.
Marianne Clark says, hashtag Pair Unity family going global.
We just
That's
got rid
right.
of the power of unity. We just got rid of the power of unity.
Yep, it's Parafam. I started my own team, didn't like the politics of those other teams. You rock, Brian. I'm always here, brother. Likewise, Marianne. Likewise. Yeah, my family is same. Wouldn't be me without them. I'm highly thinking about joining. Hell yeah, Marianne Clark. You come talk to me after the show and we'll talk some global business. Raymond says, hey, Eldon.
What's going on, Raymond?
Marianne Clark says, Luna, I have my own team. Marianne, I only had one team member. I left him in Oregon. LOL.
Oh no.
Holy.
Brown's talking about a pissing match earlier. I beat anybody. I pee about every 5 minutes.
Hey,
oh dang! Who can fill the bottle the fastest?
y'all see what's
Marianne Clark says, oh, shit, I've never seen so many handsome men in one spot.
Welcome to the
Oh, shucks. Thank you.
Don't get my ego bigger than it already is.
I think my wife would be jealous already. I'm not that handsome.
Here,
Please don't make
here
it.
we are back to the Bank of Brian. LOL.
y'all see one important common thing among all six of us here, right? Parafam.
Parafam.
That's right. Parafam. That's right. Changing para-unity to parafam, because that's what it's about. It's about the family. It's about doing things together and getting it done, getting the job done, and helping your clients and being there for those people who need help. That's what
right.
it's about. It's not about your
That's
15
right.
minutes on TV. It's not about your fame, your claim to fame. It's not about your money or anything like that. It's about what can you do to help the next guy in the field. If you
Yeah.
keep asking that question, ask that question every single day. What else can I do to contribute to the field? Not to your pocket, not to your own face on TV, but the field. And you're going to make a difference.
That's right.
Yeah, and you can't care about the number of the live views and the comments and the reactions. You can't. I mean, it's good to have them. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, I'm a whole paranormal static. If I have one viewer, if I have 2,000 viewers, I'm still going to do the podcast.
Exactly.
Still
If
gonna
I
have a
can
good
help
time and
Amen.
spread the
person,
love.
if I can reach one person, then me and Brian has done our job.
That's right. Marianne Clark says, I'm a flirt. Ha ha ha. Christopher Keith says, dang, Brian Horton, you drinking that Iron Bean coffee. Luana
Always.
says, I'll sit in the cemetery at 2 a.m. with any of you any day. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, just be careful. Sitting in the
Like
cemetery
that.
at 2 a.m., I'm liable to fall asleep in the cemetery at 2 a.m.
Marianne Clark wants to know, what would be your most feared place to go to?
Can I answer that?
Yes, sir.
Taking Brian Horton to Krispy Kreme when the hot sign ain't on.
Yeah, that's a damn trip, bro.
Can I answer one as well?
I was going to say probably going to the bathroom after Brian's had Taco Bell, probably.
No, that'd be your cousin
I was just
Andrew,
about to say
not me.
going to the public bath. About to say going to the public bathroom of the Taco Bell.
No, that'd be your co-host there, Andrew, the phenomenal.
The phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'll call him phenomenal.
Phenomenal
for no
run
reason.
you out.
What about you, Dylan? What's the most feared place for
Oh
you?
man, I already said it. I said going to a public bathroom after Taco Bell.
Most feared place for me to go would probably be the Golden Corral.
I can see that. I
Too
can
much
see
good food to choose from, man. Not enough belly to eat it all.
that.
I tell you what,
Exactly.
I tell you one thing. You take the last yeast from a power bomb. You tell.
You bring it on, boy. Me and you gonna fight over some yeast rolls.
I'll probably win that one. I go old
Yeah,
school.
probably, but that's all right, man. I'll at least get one DDT.
I'll have it with you.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But
Hey,
really,
I better
Dylan,
get choke slammed through a table.
but you know, you
We
say
can
fear.
arrange that.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, but you say you fear a fear place.
Hey,
Me and this field, I don't fear no place. I don't
No.
show fear no place. I don't fear anything.
I
No.
don't either. I mean, and I'm like I said, you know me, Brian. I got the armor of God on me
That's
daily,
right.
so there ain't nothing I'm worried about.
And you got the Reaper in your back pocket too. So
Yep. I don't know though. I might agree with Mary Ann though. Her comment there. I might agree with her.
Back to my ex's house. Amen to that one.
well, I ain't got an X.
oh
So
dang!
So, I guess Drew, we should we should probably give them what they're asking for. Am I right?
I'll keep
You
them
got to keep them
sweating
on the hook,
longer.
bro. You got to keep them on the hook.
Yeah,
Keep
If
them
you
on
throw
the
all
you
your
gotta
sweat.
keep
bait
them on
in
the
the
edge,
water,
man.
you ain't
On
gonna
the
have
edge
no
of their
fish good
seat.
tomorrow.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Got it. You got to keep them on the sweat. You got to
yeah,
keep them on.
Brian's like, here,
Yeah.
fishy, fishy, fishy.
That's
Last time I saw
right.
Right when they're
That's
about to
right.
take a bite, you yank it out. No, not today. Maybe next day.
But Brian, I
Marianne
guess you
says,
could.
"Give me it, boys."
Give me a number, give me an address, and maybe think about it. I might take you out for a meal. Maybe.
All right, boys. So check it out. I figured I'd come on here and say hello to everybody. Brian Horton, Robert. I don't want to take too much time from your fame here, guys. I know this is about you. Drew, good seeing you, brother. Dylan, great job. Outstanding work tonight. I'm loving what you got
Thank
going
you.
on. Brian, let our host do some talking, dude.
Listen
Right.
here, older than dirt.
See, here we go again with this older than dirt stuff. See, he'll get the point here in a minute.
Yep. He's in timeout.
Yeah, take that, mister.
So anyway, we'll go and mute him for a minute there. So y'all take care, man, and I'll see you in the back, man.
All right, brother.
We love you, Eldon.
All right.
We love you, brother.
Later, El. Well,
Well, Brian
look
James,
at that, Brian. You seem to be the host again.
you know what that means?
What happened?
Get right with Jesus.
He's back,
Walking the
baby.
Green Mile.
oh, hang on. Better switch that up there. There we go.
Raymond said.
Yo, Robert,
Raymond said like a
you're
married
my
couple.
co-host now.
You on big screen now, brother. Goldilocks.
Yeah.
Goldilocks.
Yeah. Let me just cover myself. Oh, wow. Well, this is a spotlight. Well, all right. Well, that about wraps it up, guys. I got no more questions. Anyone else?
We control.
Or am I just the only one here now?
Pretty much.
We giving you the spotlight, brother. Roll with it.
All right.
Freestyle.
All right.
Let's go
Freestyle.
with it, buddy.
What is up, everybody? No, but I do think it's around time to wrap it up. We've been going on for a pretty good while. But, Robert, I do want you back some other time. I want a round 2 with you.
Ain't no problem, brother.
I hope you use protection.
All right.
All right.
He called you out, bro.
I
Your turn.
don't
no.
like tech.
Your turn for the spotlight.
No, sir. My face is too ugly, man. I'll be breaking screens and shit, dude.
But yeah, Dylan, we'll set it up, bro.
His headphones
for
looks like eerie.
It is
All
one
right.
with cat ears on top.
Well, all right, guys. that about sums it up. Robert, Brian, Drew, pleasure having you guys on the show. Thank you so much for being here.
And as for all the lovely fans, thank you all for coming out and taking time out of your day to come and watch this podcast.
Absolutely. And stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want a sneak peek into the first official episode of the Brian James Show.
What? I thought that already happened with the Friday the 13th special.
Hey, I'm building character to it. You shut your mouth, boy.
Oh yeah. First podcast of the Brian James Show. Stay tuned. You'll get a sneak peek of it. The Friday the 13th special does not count.
Shush!
We-
Shush!
Hey, Dyllan.
Yeah.
Hey, what you got Elton on there for?
See,
That's what you gotta
I-
fear in a Taco Bell bathroom.
I
Good night, everybody.
mean,
Good night, everybody. Have a hauntingly good night and a ghoulishly good day.
good day.
And ladies and gentlemen, here is just a sneak peek into the Brian James Show. Make
Come
sure to
on,
stay
man. Come on, man.
tuned. Not this upcoming Tuesday, but next Tuesday, where we talk about 4 iconic figures in the rock and roll industry. Here's a little taste
Get this
of
over
what it
with,
is.
man. My dinner's getting cold.